you've eaten, you know the questions, whether it is an avocado is a fruit or an avocado is a vegetable. Now we get into the storytelling, and this story today is Mr. Smell No Taste. Now I know it sounds funny. Smell, S-M-E-L-L. Then you said no, N-O. Then taste, T-A-S-T-E, taste. Now, this is a true story, and it happened many, many years ago before I was born, but I heard the story. And this happened in a place called Smell No Taste. This man, Mr. Smell No Taste, I think his real name was Mr. Johnson. But everybody called him Smell No Taste because it was like a nickname from the place he lived. He lived in this town where you had a lot of American Army personnel living in that base, and they used to cook a lot of nice food. Well, the local people had never tasted the food they cooked, but they just used to smell it. And people would come into that town and say, "What is that smell?" So, "Oh, the Americans are cooking the food." So, "Well, have you tasted the Americans' food?" I said, "No, we don't know what it tastes like." So, we smell it, but we don't taste it. So, colloquially, that's the story. Smell no taste. Well, Mr. Smell No Taste left that place and he moved to a bigger place, a more prosperous society. But he was a beggar. He was a beggar because he was sick. Apparently, he used to do odd work. He fell and it left him with a limp. He used to walk dragging the right leg. And what he used to do was go around town begging. He was a clean man. He wasn't dirty. It's just that he had no money. He had nothing. And the way he made a living was to ask people for things, for food and for money. Well, Mr. Smell No Taste, everybody knew him. He was friendly. Say, "Hello, Mr. Smell No Taste." Everybody said, "Hi, Mr. Smell No Taste. Hello, hello, hello." And he loved children. He was very kind. Every time they met him, said, "Mr. Smell No Taste, what do you have for me today?" He'll give them an apple. He'll give them an orange. He'll give them a banana. But this day, he went to this house. This woman's house was the best baker. She made the best brownies. She made the best donuts. She made the best cake. Everything. Everybody. She was the most prosperous and popular baker. Mr. Smell No Taste stopped there often and asking her for something, and she always gave him something. Well, this day she was angry. She was not in a very good mood. And so when Mr. Smell No Taste stopped, he went on the door. Buck, buck, buck. She said, "Who's that?" "It's me, madam. Mr. Smell No Taste." You know, he had a small, squeaky little voice. "It's me, madam. Mr. Smell No Taste." "Yeah, what do you want?" "Can you give me something for the..." Yes, just wait out there." So he stood by the door. She had just taken 3 loaves of bread out of the oven. And she says, "You know, he's always begging. He comes, I'm sick and tired. So you know what? I will end him. This will be the end." She cut the rolls of bread into 3, and she took rat poison and put it in the bread. Cover it and put it in the bag, the paper bag, and she went to the door. "Here." He says, "Oh, thank you so very much, madam. Thank you. God will bless you. You're such a good woman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go. And he was gone. Well, on his way to his house, the woman's children were coming from school. She had 3 beautiful, very smart daughters. And they saw him. Mr. Smell Notice, how are you today? Says, oh, I'm well, children, how are you? We are hungry. Can you give us something to eat? He said, oh, yes, I have some bread. And he handed the 3 girls, thank you, Mr. Smell Notice, thank you. And they went skipping along. Bum, bum, they tore the bread and divided and started eating the bread. But by the time they got home, their tummies started to ache. My stomach. All of them said their stomach were aching. The mother said, what have you eaten? Nothing. And she was, yes, Mom, we had, what did you eat? Mr. Smell No Taste, give us bread. She says, what? Yeah, Mommy, the bread. She said, oh my God. She started screaming because at that moment, she realized the bread that she put the rat poison in, Mr. Smell No Taste did not eat the bread. He gave it to her daughters. And as a result, all 3 of the daughters fell down and died. When the neighbors came, she was beside herself. She lost her mind. And she started to tell that story. And so growing up, the story they told us that story, and this is what they said. They said, be kind always. Do not wish any evil or anything bad on anybody. Do not be rude to anybody. Above all, do not be mean. Because whatever good you do, you're doing it for yourself. If you do bad, it'll come back to you. If you do good, it'll come back to you. But remember, you must always be nice. And so from that day until this day, that story has remained. So one of the things our ancestors did for us, they taught us how to be kind. And they did it with storytelling. So every story has a moral. Whatever story you're telling, you want the listener to listen and pay attention. So remember now, this story is about being good, be kind. Don't be mean to people. Be kind to your friends. Be kind to your family. Be kind to everybody. So this is the end of the story, Mr. Smell No Taste. The end. Yay!